can see in my studio right now are lots and lots of sweeties. And I'm quite tempted to just wander over and have a little taste, let me tell you. But I've got work to do. You and me have got holidays to talk about right now because we are looking forward to a brilliant 2022. We are looking forward to a new year next year, which will be full of holiday plans. I just know it. It's going to be brilliant. Now, maybe you were just on the cusp when all of this started of planning a nice adventure out in the Far East. You were thinking, right, okay, now's the time to do it. We've heard from other people that have done it. This is a part of the world that you've not been to before, and you were just about to make your plans, and then of course the world turned upside down for a little while, which we're still shaking our way out of one way or the other. We've got an amazing offer for you for February of next year, which takes you out to the Far East with Royal Caribbean. And this is Royal Caribbean and Cruise First again, dovetailing and working together so amazingly to put a package like this together for an unbelievable price. You might be thinking, okay, well, this is, it's a year away, it's the start of next year, but the price I'm going to offer you right now actually factors in a bit of a New Year sale saving as well, which we're holding open for you right now. So let me tell you about the holiday. Stick with me because I think you're really going to love this one. Starts on the 19th of February. Now, when's Valentine's? That's the 14th, isn't it? So it's a few days after Valentine's. And we'll fly you from the UK out to Singapore. And just to go to the airport is an adventure, isn't it? Let alone flying out to Singapore. When you get to Singapore, rather than going straight to the ship, we are actually going to put you into a hotel for a 3-night stay, room only, 3 nights. How good is that? Now, that means that you can do all of the things that we show you in these films, and you'd have seen, we've talked Singapore so many times, I know, because it's a hub port for cruises that go around the Far East. So it's quite nice to just fly straight to the heart of the action and have some time to spend in Singapore, because Singapore has so much to offer. Yes, Gardens by the Bay. Yes, amazing shopping, and we put you right in the city centre hotels as well, by the way, some really good hotels. You can go down, of course, down to the harbour front there. It's Marina Bay, isn't it, in Singapore, and go and see the light shows and the water shows and everything else of an evening. Just take pictures of the skyline. It's going to be amazing. 3 nights later, you will join Voyager of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. Now, we're on for 9 nights, this one. This is going to be lovely, really lovely. Absolutely all of the things that you've come to know and love with Royal Caribbean. So, of course, amazing food is a given. Never scrimping on the portion sizes. Plenty of different choices of restaurants. You've got the Windjammer as well, the buffet. There'll be a new normal, of course, with the buffet arrangements, but still essentially the Windjammer that you know and you love. Fabulous entertainment and a variety of entertainment. It isn't one of those situations where night after night you're thinking, you were on last night, weren't you? It's not that kind of situation. There's a huge, big variety of different entertainments that are going on. If you're active, if you're fit, if you like to be doing physical activities, there are so many of them. I definitely want to go on the little mini golf course there on the top. That sounds brilliant. Dinner, of course, in the evening is a nice big affair if you want it to be, and it can be a very casual affair, Johnny Rockets for a burger if you want to. But you can treat yourself to, one of the steakhouse restaurants or the main restaurant over several levels and whatever, and do the whole shebang at dinner time. It's completely and utterly up to you. So we've got 9 nights of cruising, and I think you're going to really enjoy this one because we're taking our way around Vietnam and Thailand. But we start, our first port is Bintan Island, which is in Indonesia there. Beautiful, full of spectacular temples and pagodas and all sorts going on there. Then we arrive in Vietnam into Nha Trang. Now, the Vin Wonders amusement park here, you want to go and look at that online. It's really cool. You've got the cable car there as well. Then we go into the port for Ho Chi Minh Minh City, so it's Phu My, the port. You can take a cruise up the Mekong here. You can do that by speedboat as well, by the way. Or there's a water puppet theatre, which looks absolutely fascinating. I was watching a video the other day. Day at sea, and then we're in the port to Bangkok, Laem Chabang. Now, you're there for 2 days and a night, so we've got an overnight in there as well, which is really, really cool. So you can go and see Bangkok by night as well if you want to. We finished the cruise in Singapore, and that's when we'll then fly back to the UK. Now, the reason I'm telling you about this right now is because the price is just so hot to trot. Let me talk to you about what's included in it first, and then I'll reveal it. So we fly out to Singapore from the UK, an adventure in itself. When we arrive in Singapore, 3 nights in a city centre hotel, room only in Singapore. Amazing. Time to explore the city. And then you have got that phenomenal cruise which takes you around Indonesia, Vietnam, and you've got the overnight in the port for Bangkok as well. Plus your flight back from Singapore at the end. The whole holiday, all the arrangements, by the way, all booked as one. So you're protected utterly and completely with our ABTA bonding and our atoll protection, of course, as well. Now look at the price. It's at 1,299 per person. Now, you never imagined to be able to get so much holiday for that price tag. You don't expect. I mean, actually, in your mind's eye, what price do you imagine the flights to and from Singapore to be? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you want to go and have a look. I don't know whether you can search that far ahead for flight prices, but it might just be worth doing it as your own kind of homework, do you know what I mean, to work out how much would the flights be out on the 19th of February to Singapore from the UK and back on the date you finish the holiday. You can see all the details of the full holiday, by the way, just by going to the website and popping in that reference, VOY1902, or just give us a quick call on 0800 953 4700. Oh, by the way, just before you get this all sorted and booked, can I just show you the upgrade prices? Because bear in mind that your cruise is 9 out of your 14 nights, because of course you're 3 nights in Singapore in a hotel there. So 9 nights on the cruise. So to be able to go up to Ocean View for just another 99, bonkers. Balcony at just an extra 299. Bear in mind, I've factored in our New Year sale saving into your headline price anyway at 1,299. So you could use some of that saving to treat yourself to go up further if you want to. By the way, beyond the New Year sale, which we've already extended, by the way, that price will rise. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing I can do to stop that. That will be the way of the world. So if you want this, I would get it booked as quickly as you possibly can. If you've got future cruise credit to transfer from a cruise that hasn't been able to go, you want to put it in. What a package to put it into, isn't it? At 1,299 per person. That sounds pretty amazing to me. And when you bear in mind what you're doing on that holiday as well, just how much holiday there is as well. In fact, let's go back to Singapore and remind ourselves, because remember, it's almost like a tale of two cities this holiday, isn't it? So the first half of your holiday, the first 3 nights, you are in city centre Singapore doing with that time whatever you want to do. I've been reading a lot. I read a lot about food, I'll be honest with you. And the street food in Singapore, absolutely wonderful. There are little hawker centres in Singapore as well with lots and lots of different food stalls, things like things like fried rice and noodles and curries and whatever are there. But then there's very, very different things as well, things like chili crab. That's a Singaporean treat. There's something called putu piring as well, which is like little steam rice cakes which are filled with melted palm sugar. I was watching some of those being made. They look absolutely phenomenal. I've made myself hungry now. So there are lots of foodie treats in Singapore, as well as things like Gardens by the Bay and Marina Sands and on all of the big things that happen. I mean, it's quite an occasion to be in Singapore. Then, of course, you're going to enjoy the fabulous time on the cruise as well for 9 nights, including that overnight in Bangkok as well. You've got such a lovely holiday. Any more questions, by the way, or if you want to tailor that holiday in some way, you can. Just give our team a quick call on 0800 953 4700. It's New Year sale time, so I've got more in a moment.